Welcome back, guys. Right now we're talking about the Vikings, sir. The Vikings placed second in AFC North in the whole division, and I think they did pretty well last season, even though they didn't make it all the way. However, they faced 8th in offense, 6th in defense. So that means a lot right there. But let's get to it, sir. Kirk Cousins, never was a fan of you, but you did your job, and somehow you make it work. Obviously, anytime when there's a Mondays, Thursdays,
Thursday nights,
Sunday nights, big nights right there, you can't get it done. I don't know why, but you can't. That's tough. However, the Vikings, they made some huge offseason pickups. Not like, big names, but they picked up a lot of players. I don't know how big their cap space is or how big their roster really is, or how small the roster is, but they picked up a lot of draft picks for sure, man. And
so what we got, brother?
Sir, for off-season grade, I gotta give him an A.
So
the reason
same
why
here.
I'm giving him an A because they really got to focus on their defense. I think they can improve that a little bit more, mainly on yards allowed and passing yards allowed. Same thing, rushing yards allowed. It's basically in the teens. That's where they're placed. So, like, corners, not defensive line, but linebackers for sure, and their cornerbacks could be helped and improved. So that's what they did. They actually picked up a lot of linebackers and cornerbacks, and they picked up Jeff Gladney from TCU. I thought it was a great pickup. For wide receiver position, to replace Stephon Diggs, they put Justin Jefferson. I thought it was another great pickup.
Great pickup, man.
The Patriots were supposed to pick him up, so that's why we traded away after we saw them pick him up. However, it's besides the point. They did pick up a lot of defensive backs, a lot of defensive linemen. They did an overall player draft. Not really looked at one position. They did more of a depth kind of draft.
I did like they got
offseason.
Cleveland. That's his name.
Ezra Cleveland.
Ezra Cleveland from Boise State. Because try to protect Kirk Cousins and whatnot, and help the run game for Dalvin Cook as well.
Yeah, man. Because Dalvin Cook, that man was pretty injured. A few in and out injury for a while.
Yeah. But we've seen the potential he could produce.
Yeah, we saw the potential. I feel he's more of a receiving back, very elusive as well. Not really a power runner or anything like that. So it's nothing too serious. I see him more as like, if you need to dump it off in a swing route or something, he will be there.
He'll be the guy.
To play. Yeah, for sure. They also picked up a D tackle from the Ravens, Michael Pierce. I think that's a great pickup as well. They really do need a defensive tackle just to help out with that defensive line, that front seven.
And then they got that from James Lynch from Baylor, 4th round.
Also, Anthony Zettel from the offseason, DN. I think that's another great pickup as well. Again, the defense, the numbers can be improved for sure. Their passing numbers can really be improved because they were faced 23rd in passing. And
because they got the receivers, they got the running back, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson now.
Yeah. And also KJ Osborne from Miami.
Oh yeah, shout out to my boy KJ. It was a 1-year transfer. He came from University of Buffalo and transferred his senior year to University of Miami. He could do it all. He could do punt returns. He could do kick returns. He could catch the ball. He's one of those type of players, receiver, where you could throw up the ball and he'll go up and get it. That's how he did. Produced a lot for Miami's offense this past season. He was like I guess you could say one of those highlights that we had in Miami. So, congrats, Vikings. Y'all got a baller. I gotta like shout out my boy. You already know, man.
Anyways, they also picked up Tajay Sharp. I thought that was another good pickup in wide receiver position, wide receiver core. Because they were really like focused on 2 receivers, Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs last season. That's all they really had. Don't get me wrong. They also had the tight end. What's his name?
Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Yeah. Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, Kyle Rudolph. But they only did a dink and dunk for Kyle Rudolph. Not really those stuff.
I mean, I already know.
But I think he's a great tight end as well. He's more of a vertical threat tight end, in my opinion. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I think they did a great job this offseason. Hands down.
Yeah, like in defense, they got the pieces they needed. I mean, there were 6 overall in this past season, and I think the defense is only going to get even better offense. They're getting the receivers now. They got their replacement for Stephon Diggs for Justin Jefferson. Hopefully, we can see Kirk Cousins be that big money player that he could be.
That contract was horrible.
I mean, it was too much money. Don't get me wrong.
Too much money.
But he's got to at least perform well in primetime games.
Who was the previous quarterback?
Oh, Case Keenum.
No, before. Remember it was a big trade. Not really swap. It was like a swap, I guess. With Alex Smith. What team was he playing for?
Oh, he was with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he went to Washington. Case Keenum went to Washington.
But was Case Keenum always the Vikings quarterback? I don't remember.
No, before him it was Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. That is right. Jeez, I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, I remember he was the starter back in Minnesota.
He was good until he got injured.
That's what really messed him up, and he had to be out for like a year and a half, I think.
Something. But what was he doing? Scrambling?
I think he was scrambling and he got hit. Yeah.
That's how you get injured, man.
Or he tore his AC. I don't really remember because if he got injured during training camp or was it during a game?
I think it was during a game. Because
I remember there was one play where it was against the Rams, and it was back when Minnesota was playing at the University of Minnesota Stadium, where it was an outdoor stadium while the U.S. Bank Stadium was still being built at the time. So Teddy Bridgewater was scrambling. He runs out the pocket, and I forgot who the corner or linebacker was. He hit him hard. He basically knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
And it was a dirty hit.
The thing was, it was so long ago. I just forgot all about the Vikings until they picked up Kirk Cousins. I guess you say Kirk Cousins was really a household name when he was playing for he was playing for Redskins, right?
He was playing for the Redskins.
Yeah,
he was a household. He was a household name for Washington.
Yeah, man. I forgot what he did in Washington, to be honest. I could only see him.
He had flashes. I mean, if there was one game I remember that reminded me of Kirk Cousins, I think it was a game against the Eagles. It was like, I think it was I forgot. Who was the starting quarterback back in Washington before him?
Before him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beyond me, man. No, I can't.
I can't remember who was the starting quarterback.
Because the thing is, because all these quarterbacks switching teams, you forget the previous quarterback unless this quarterback did something great, professional. Like for example, Tom Brady's with the Bucs. Let's say he stayed there for 5 years. Hypothetically speaking, he stayed there 5 years and he does great.
Robert was RG3. That was a long time ago. RG3 was the main starter. He got injured. Kirk Cousins comes in and he balls out against the Eagles. That was the game. Yep, I remember it now.
Like, you forget these things. Like the previous quarterback for Derek Carr.
I don't even think they had like a stable quarterback. I think they were switching.
That's one thing. I mean, you were.
I remember they had Matt McGloin back in Oakland. I remember that, but other than that, I don't remember who they had before Derek Carr.
You remember the Broncos quarterbacks and stuff like that. I mean, do you think it's like the organization that you'll remember certain players, or
probably
what it's about? Because I don't remember barely anyone from the Redskins, unless you like the team, you will remember. Anything from the Redskins. The Raiders passed before Derek Carr.
I remember there was a quarterback battle because they had Matt McGloin and someone else. I don't really remember.
What else? That's really it.
Yeah.
If these don't have a stable quarterback, it's hard to remember.
Kirk Cousins got to be a starter in Minnesota because they paid him so much money. You ain't gonna be paying that much money for a bench player. Nah, you gotta make him start.
Yeah, wasn't he highest paid at one point?
He was the highest paid at one point.
Russell Wilson at that time.
No, it was Kirk Cousins. Okay. Then Russell Wilson became the highest paid quarterback. But now that's too much money for Kirk Cousins because you see these other quarterbacks better than Kirk Cousins in my opinion. Because I still think Kirk Cousins is one of those like reliable backup QB.
Yeah,
he's a reliable backup QB, but I mean I believe he's a great leader as well. You see how he hypes up the troops. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like Kirk Cousins, that's how a player where he will take you to the playoffs and that's it. That's all you can see is the playoffs. You can taste I mean,
the divisional round this past season was the highest ceiling. They beat the Saints, I think by luck in a way, and then they made it. Well, not more than luck. It was more the Saints losing than the Vikings winning. Vikings, you know what? It wasn't luck. They deserved that win. They earned it.
Yeah. You see, the Saints is lost.
And then they ended up losing to the Super Bowl NFC champs, the 49ers.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers ran that ball against the
Matt Breida Vikings. And what's that guy's name? Other running back?
Samuel.
No, not Debo. the other running back. It was Matt Breida, and
It wasn't Deebo Samuel?
no, they had 2 running backs.
Matt Beretta. Mostert. Raheem Mostert.
Yep. Those 2 guys, they were balling out. I mean, averaging 100 yards apiece for some reason.
Yeah, Garoppolo had like less than 10 passing completions. Like, he had like 10 passing plays.
Yeah, man.
He rarely threw the ball. Straight running game.
But let's wrap this one up
Yep.
because we kind of stirred off talking about quarterbacks.
Hey, but it's all good, man.
It's all right.
All right.
We're heading to give him an A.
Yeah,
for sure,
overall grade A. We'll see how far it goes. Like I said, feel like if you watch the Packers offseason review, feel like it's gonna be between either the Packers or Vikings to win the number 1 spot in the NFC North.
Unless the Bears, make some type of comeback with Nick Foles. But
See, I was gonna say tune to that. Anyway, so yeah, this wraps up the Vikings. We're heading into the third team, which is the Chicago Bears.
the Bears.
And if I know maybe y'all didn't care, but the Vikings went 10-6 this past season. And see if they get better or worse or the same. Who knows?
I don't know. I feel like that's the record they will always stay on.
Honestly. All right, stay tuned for the next video, y'all.